Hola, we're Nicole and Mico.
We're in Guatemala about to try some of the best foods this country has to offer.
If you're watching this video hungry, then we suggest you turn away now because there's about to be a lot of mouth-watering dishes on the screen.
I think I'm coming to understand that Guatemalan food is my kind of food.
From traditional foods to street food to Guatemala's most beloved fast food chain, we're gonna try it all. So if you're curious about what Guatemala's food is like, then stay tuned because in this video, we'll be exploring Antigua, making stops at some of the city's best restaurants to learn more about Guatemala's underrated food scene.
I feel like I'm having a steak and potatoes meal back in Canada, but Guatemalan style.
Shredded beef that looks like we've been stewing for like 24 hours. It's so, like, it's just falling apart. Wow.
It's pretty good.
I actually like it so much.
It might be like a lot, like this whole cup of this.
I felt like you were not selling this, but it's really good. This stop is one I'm so excited for. It's a restaurant called Rincón Antigüeño, I think is how you might say that.
Antigüeño?
But it's actually known to be a really popular place to go for traditional Guatemalan food for a really affordable price.
I heard so many good things about this restaurant, and I heard that people that visit Antigua have to go to this restaurant at least once to try out some really great traditional foods.
But this restaurant is also really known to have big lines, so we're really hopeful that we're not gonna wait in line for an hour before we get to eat lunch. There's no line.
Wow.
Look at this. Hola. Buenas tardes. So one of the things that makes this place so famous is that they cook their tortillas right at the front. Like you just come in here and they're cooking tortillas right in front of your face. Very, very fresh.
It's crazy how she just picks up the tortillas with her bare hands. Like it's so hot, my face is just burning being close to it. And she's just picking it up and flipping it just with her bare hands.
It's gotta be a lifetime of making tortillas to get your hands that like callous and used to the warmth. Mesa para dos, por favor, sí? Okay, gracias. I'm so excited.
Look at the chicken.
Look at the wall
Look
of
at the chicken over there. So we haven't even ordered yet, and this place is stunning to just be inside of. It's beautiful because there's so much natural lighting, although like there's a roof over us, but it seems like we're in a courtyard that's covered.
Yeah.
And it's really, really beautifully decorated.
I think what made it really famous is that they use like wood burning stove. That's how they cook a lot of the food that's here. In addition to your actual like meal that you also get tortillas with your meal and drinks included. So I think that's what makes this place so affordable is you can get it the whole meal for like 30 quetzales, it looks like. Hola, buen día. Me gustaría hilachas y pollo a la leña, por favor. Gracias. All right, just like that. That was easy. Ordered both of our meals and she said, good eating, basically. I think that choosing to sit this close to the stove thing that's actually cooking the chicken might have been a mistake. It is incredibly warm. Wow.
Ooh,
gracias. That is yours, honey.
I think I'm just gonna start eating right away. This is the pollo a la leña, and I think this is one of their specialties.
Gracias.
So the pollo a la leña is the grilled chicken that was up the fire there. We got chicken that looks and smells so good. The potatoes, baked potatoes, it looks like it, or grilled potatoes, and then some vegetables, some salad. It looks amazing.
This is honestly like what you asked for your birthday dinner.
Yeah, this is pretty much my birthday today, guys. It's so good. So this skin is so crispy. Even though I'm a huge fan of dark meat more than white meat, this white meat looks so juicy. So flavorful. Hilachas.
I keep having to look at the menu sign to remember how to say this word. That is essentially a shredded beef stew in a tomato sauce. And I hear it's a very, very typical classic Guatemalan food. Oh my gosh. Wow. It's like you took like tomato soup, but like mixed it with homemade chicken broth or beef broth, I guess. Put it together so you had that like fullness of a homemade broth, and then added this shredded beef that looks like, honestly, it tastes like it's been sitting and been stewing for like 24 hours. It's so, like, it's just falling apart. Oh my gosh. I think they're corn tortillas, and they smell amazing, and they are incredibly fresh, like very hot. I feel like for me, I'm good with just the tortillas, but then they add rice, which like Mico adores because there's always rice, even though there's also tortillas. I would be good with just one, but I mean, I'm not complaining.
You can't have just one carb set, you know, you gotta get the tortillas and the rice in. I just love the setting.
I know.
It's so beautiful behind you.
Yeah.
And in front of you too. I mean, in front of you is the chicken cooking, so it's also pretty beautiful.
That's Mico's favorite view.
That's the direction I'm facing right now, is where the best view is. The chicken right in front of me. One thing is that in Guatemala, you don't need an excuse to have a
La Casa de las Sopas. We're here. Okay. Hola, buenas tardes. Gracias. So we are now at La Casa de las Sopas, so like the soup house, and these guys specialize obviously in soups, and I'm really looking forward to this because I'm a soup lover, and there's so many good options here. Me gustaría caldo de res.
Muy bien.
Y un horchata.
Y una de horchata.
Sí. Gracias.
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 Nicole has convinced me because I'm not big on soup, but she has convinced me and others have convinced me that we gotta try a little bit of the local soup. So long as it has big chunks of meat in it, I think I'm in.
Okay, I really wanted to try a new drink. Drinks are also seem to be a really big thing here in Guatemalan cuisine. So this is horchata. It is a drink made from rice, evaporated milk, cinnamon, and water. It's like a milkshake, like a really runny milkshake.
It's good.
It's good. It's really sweet. It's like dessert, honestly. It tastes like dessert.
What is that, the cinnamon or? It tastes like Christmas.
Right?
Yeah.
Can you believe there's rice in there? Like you would never know.
Oh, that's good. It's sweet. It's sweeter than, it's almost like candy sweet.
It's like dessert. Truly, it's dessert.
I think that is mine, yeah. Gracias. This looks amazing. Look how green it is.
It's so pretty. I love the clay.
So the first dish is the hocon, and it's a famous Guatemalan dish. We were told that we have to try it. And it's like a green chicken stew. You got chicken in there, I got some rice, some potatoes, some looks like parsley, a big avocado slice in the middle, and then it also came with some tortillas.
Caldo de res. Sí. Wow. Muchas gracias.
What did you get?
Amazing. I got caldo de res, which is a bone-in beef. Yeah, a bone-in beef soup. It also seems to be like a very typical Guatemalan food, and similar to what Mico seems to have, I've got avocado, rice. This looks like squash. There's a corn in here, carrot, and then look at that. That's my beef. Oh my gosh. You're right, honey. You would love this. Mico really wanted to order this dish. And then the beef broth looks like it's like the thin, like this has probably been cooking since like yesterday. Is gonna be my guess. It's one of those like really nutritious, delicious beef broths. It looks like. Do you want to switch?
No, it's okay.
Are you sure? That
Yeah,
looks
yeah.
great to me. I could enjoy that.
Really?
Yeah, you want to switch.
I want to switch.
Mico wants to switch. Let's just switch. You'll enjoy this so much. Are you happy now?
So we decided to switch because a fatty, bone-in beef broth is definitely a Mico kind of soup. Look at this chunk of beef.
Wow. Look at that.
So good.
It's like a giant steak.
Oh my goodness. Oh, it's so soft.
Is it?
That is so good. I love how there's rice in there too. That's just my kind of soup. The broth is so rich. That is so good.
Is Guatemala converting you to a soup guy?
It might just be.
Okay, as I'm watching Mico eat this really reminds me, hun, of that dish we had in the Philippines, in Bacolod, where Mico's from in the Philippines. We had a dish just like this for
Kansi.
Kansi.
Yeah, it's very similar
right?
actually.
It's like that big bone-in beef, and like the broth has been, you can tell, just being made forever.
The difference is in the Philippines, there's none of this vegetables here happening.
just
it's
meat,
just meat
broth.
and broth. Oh, you love chicken
Wow.
stew.
I
That
do.
looks so good too.
I think this is a chicken leg. It's also bone-in.
Oh, is it?
Of course.
It's a little thick. It looks thicker. Like
I do like this like thick broth like this.
Yeah.
So this broth is made up of, I think it's green tomatoes, green peppers, and there's a spice in here.
It's supposed to be parsley, cilantro,
I taste cilantro.
green onion.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm actually so glad we switched. I think I prefer this to yours. This is
Really?
amazing. Yeah, I kind of like the fullness, like the thickness of the sauce, whereas Mico's is like a proper broth, you know? This feels like more like almost like a stew. Wow, this was a win. Casa de las Sopas.
So for our next stop, we decided to go into a market, and I think the market's going to offer a little bit more of a different style of foods that we want to try out here in Guatemala. And we went to Mercado Monumento al Caminero, which is actually just 30 minutes outside of Antigua. It's actually closer to our Airbnb, to the place where we're staying.
Hola, gracias.
And we keep passing by this place, and we actually have never eaten here, so
Never
this is
eaten
going to be
here.
the very first time This market is also way more quiet than the one in Antigua. The one in Antigua is so cramped and so busy. There's so many things that people are selling, but here it seems so much more relaxed. There's like not everything is open, so you can more easily just wander and explore at your own pace and not have 1,000 people trying to sell you something.
12 seconds later.
Everyone's here.
Okay, gracias. Buddy. Okay. Take back what I said about being not so busy and a little bit quiet. That was chaos. But everybody was really happy about showing me what food they had.
Oh my god, that was funny.
Yeah.
¿Puedo ver el menú? Gracias. Ok, gracias. Un beso, por favor. ¿Listo?
Listo. ¿Qué es churrasquitos?
Es lo que es carne asada.
Sí.
Carne
Y de
asada.
acompañamiento le trae lo que es ensalada, guacamole, cebollitas, papas, frijolitos.
How do you say enough? Para una persona.
Sí, es para una persona,
Okay,
sí, es.
okay.
Ok.
Do you want
Ok,
that?
sí, ya, me gusta churrasquitos con res.
De res.
De res,
Me
gracias.
gustaría.
What did I say?
Me gusta.
Me gustaría.
Me gustaría. ¿Qué es tu favorito?
Yo prefiero res.
Res.
Ok.
Okay, me gustaría res.
De res.
Tal vez. Coca-Cola, por favor.
Coca-Cola
Sí,
también.
gracias.
Muy bien.
Dos, por favor.
¿También?
Yeah.
¿Solamente?
Solamente.
¿Las tortillas negras
¿Sí?
o blancas? ¿Le traigo ambas?
Oh.
Tortillas.
¿Tortillas?
Ah, está bien.
¿Blancas y negras o solo negras?
Solo negras. por
¿Solo
favor.
negritas?
I think so.
Sí.
¿Ya? Ok, gracias.
¿Tienen algo para las manos?
Gracias.
Muy bien.
All right.
Muchas gracias.
Okay, we got half of it. We're doing the rest. Oh my goodness. You probably can't believe it, but in the last 2.5 years, Mico and I have actually spent 17 months of those 2.5 years in Spanish-speaking countries, and we are still at the very early stages of learning Spanish.
I think the biggest misconception to have when you're traveling abroad and immersing yourself in different languages is knowing or thinking that you might just pick up the language while you're traveling.
Yeah.
And maybe that's true in some ways, like you can get some hellos and some thank yous. It's actually been way harder to
Yeah.
learn Spanish despite the fact that we've been here for so long.
Yeah, it's not just like learning by osmosis.
¿Gradita?
Gracias. Oh, wow.
¿Qué es?
Es sopa, sopita con arroz. Es de res.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
gracias.
Wow.
Entonces estamos aprendiendo español con Rosetta Stone.
Rosetta Stone is a language learning app that uses pictures, video, and pronunciation tools to help you learn and retain a new language as if it was your first language. We've been using it recently to improve our Spanish, and I gotta say, it's really been helping us out. They're partnering with us for today's video, and we're really excited about that because in the same way that's been helping us learn a new language, we are also hopeful that it will help you learn a new language. Buen provecho is what we've learned that you're supposed to say in this moment right before you're about to eat, although we've already kind of started eating. But I do really quickly want to say that yo tengo, what did I order? Pollo.
Pollo no res.
Res con arroz, con guacamole, y an ensalada, and papas. I don't really know if this is like a certain Guatemalan meal, but the guy recommended it to us, and I'm really happy about it because I love the amount of meat on. Oh, and the meat is, or the carne is on top of some papas.
Yeah. And
What do you
what
have?
did I order? No.
Churrasquitos.
Churrasquitos. So it looks like it's like a huge chunk of meat, honestly way bigger than I
But
expected.
you gotta do it in Spanish.
Ooh. That's right. Yo tengo, what is it called?
Churrasquitos.
Churrasquitos con pan y papas y guacamole y frijoles y ensalada y sopa de arroz.
For this meal, I feel like I'm having a steak and potatoes meal back in Canada, but Guatemalan style.
It's so good.
You say muy caro.
Muy,
No, that's
muy
expensive.
rico.
Muy rico. This is actually muy barato, which is not.
Muy
I
barato.
think it was only
Sí.
40 quetzales or 50 or 60 quetzales for
Yeah.
mine, and yours is only like 30 quetzales.
30 or 40, yeah.
It was-
Muy barato.
That's muy barato.
My favorite part of Rosetta Stone so far is their speech recognition tool, which I think is so cool. It basically, you speak into it the words that you're trying to learn, and it will tell you, like, give you instant feedback on your pronunciation of those words. So you don't sound silly going around pronouncing words terribly.
¿A dónde vas? ¿A dónde vas?
Hey.
What I really like about Rosetta Stone is that when you start an account, you can pick from up to 25 different languages to try and learn. And also it asks you what you're learning it for. So for us, we pick travel. And that's been really helping us to find the right kind of curriculum to guide our learning for
something we're actually going to use.
Exactly. Like, ¿Dónde está el baño? You know, like the most basic, where's the washroom? Or ¿Cuánto cuesta?
Yeah, ¿cuánto cuesta?
¿Cuánto cuesta is the most important one to learn. How much is this? Or what is the price of this?
If you use our link down in the description to Rosetta Stone, that is actually going to get you a 60% off of a lifetime subscription to Rosetta Stone, which is a wicked, wicked deal. And it gives you access to their full library of 25 different languages. So we'd highly recommend that if you are looking to learn a new language, that you go down and check out that oferta increíble.
Muy bien.
We're trying so hard, you guys. We're trying so hard. Gracias. Hasta luego. Gracias. Muchas gracias. So this next restaurant is known to be one of the best places in all of Antigua to get really typical Guatemalan food. So naturally, that is where we are headed.
¿Y tienes pepián?
Pepián?
Yeah.
Ah, pepián de pollo. Ok. Un pepián de pollo.
Sí. Ok, pepián. Sí.
Pepián de pollo.
¿Poquito picante?
Sí, por favor. ¿En qué es ese?
Ese se llama subanik.
Subanik. Ah, okay.
Muchas gracias.
Oh, look at this.
Wow. So this restaurant is a whole experience. We got here and you just like pick your meats and your accompaniments as soon as you get here. Thankfully the guy at the front was so helpful and was able to tell us what's in all of this.
Este es jocón de pollo, caldo de gallina, lengua de res, hilachas de res, garbanzo con pollo ahumado, subaní pollo, res y cerdo, pica un poco, pepián de pollo.
It looks like he just gave us like a little bit of everything as well, and man, it looks amazing. Pepián is apparently the most iconic, the most traditional, maybe the #1 Guatemalan dish. Big chicken leg right there, beautiful dark sauce. I want to try it with a little bit of rice. I love how, you know, we didn't really know much about the foods going in here, but everybody from the person who was serving out there to the waiter, I feel like everybody's just helping you try the local food. The sauce is almost like a thicker gravy, and when you add it with the rice, it is so delicious.
Wow, look at that dish. This looks like mole sauce, but it's like the closest thing I have that looks familiar, you know, in my head. Ooh. Yum.
Perfectly cooked chicken, eh? And the sauce is just like a nice thick gravy that goes with it.
It is so good. Wow. I feel like I've never eaten anything like that.
Yeah.
I have nothing in my head that like I could liken it to.
It reminds me of like a perfect turkey dinner that you would have on Thanksgiving. Like the gravy that goes on the turkey, and it just really like amplifies the taste of the meat. That's exactly what the pepián is like, with that dark sauce, really well-cooked chicken. It's so soft. It's so good with a bit of rice. Oh my gosh.
So this guy is lengua salsa español, and I didn't realize until the man told me that this is actually beef tongue. Lengua. Oh, it's a tongue.
Oh no.
Tongue. Had I known that, I probably wouldn't have gone for this one. But I gotta try, you gotta try, right? I ordered it, I'm here, we're in Guatemala. We're having beef tongue for lunch, you guys. Accidentally. A little scared. If I didn't know it was tongue, I would tell you, it's absolutely delicious. Because it is. This tomato sauce is so yummy. I'm loving that about Guatemalan food. I love that everything is like comes in delicious sauces always. You know, like these stewed meats all the time, and it's so dang good.
I'm gonna try this subanik now, and he was saying this is the meal that's kind of made out of three different meats. I think at least chicken, beef, and maybe I think lamb was the other one.
Oh, I thought it was pork.
Or maybe pork. Oh my gosh. Ooh, and a little bit spicy.
Yeah.
That is a meat lover's dream. That is so good. There's so many chunks of meat in here too. This is what I would consider probably the best parts of the meat that I would have in a bite, and it's all prepared for you in a small dish with a beautiful tomato-based sauce.
You look like you're in heaven.
So good. I don't know if even subanik was on our hit list, for the foods we had to try, but I'm so glad he recommended it. It was so delicious.
We've made it to Parque La Merced, which is a great place for street food. We've actually been here before for our Antigua video, like our just going around Antigua video, but we really wanted to come back because I think there's awesome food to try here that we have not touched. So that's what's on the menu for today. I love pupusa. Pupusa, see?
De queso y de chicharrón.
Ah, okay. Do you want one?
Maybe una queso.
Una queso y una chicharrón, por favor.
Una de queso y una chicharrón, por favor.
Una? I never know which one to use.
What did you pick? What did you get for us, honey?
I got a pupusa, which we think is a thick tortilla stuffed with chorizo for one and cheese for another. Pretty sure that's what I got. Wow. So it looks like this is the base of our pupusa. She's cooking them up on the grill, and I'm assuming things are gonna go on top of them. I feel like people must just develop like a glove, like a heat glove on their hand. It's amazing. ¿Qué es esto?
Mole. Es plátano con chocolate.
Ah, mole con plátano.
You just want to get one of those too? Yeah.
Gracias. Y ¿puedo tener una?
Sí.
Sí. Okay. ¿No mole?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we got our food, but I gotta say, the weather is starting to turn a little bit.
We're gonna get caught in the rain
So
again, I think.
Hopefully we're gonna try to finish these fairly quickly. We're gonna first start off with the pupusas. We each got one.
I don't want chicharron, so
I
I'd
don't know
like
if
you to
there's
find
any
out which is which.
Oh, this is queso.
You got cheese.
Okay.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. I don't want to make that
Okay,
mistake.
so we got the pupusas de queso y pupusas de chicharrón. We were told that we have to try this Guatemalan food. Apparently it's a very popular street food.
Ooh.
And it's tortillas stuffed with
Cheese in my
cheese. Mine was chicharron, which is kind of like a pork. Mm-hmm. And then she put cabbage on top and a little picante sauce.
Yeah, so there was a spicy sauce. Oh man, I feel like I should show you. Sorry, we didn't show you the food. Look at that. It's gonna focus on your face though. That's why I was getting out of the shot. there's what this looks like. And like, look here, I just accidentally like cracked it. Hopefully you can see that. No promises with this dark lighting, but there's actual, you can see the cheese in there. Okay, you can stand up on
And we're back.
We're back.
The next thing that we were told that we had to try was the mole. The mole here in Guatemala, we've learned, is very different than the mole that we had in like Oaxaca and Mexico.
What we learned about the mole here in Guatemala is actually that it's more of a dessert. It's used for dessert. So apparently this is gonna be really sweet.
Yeah.
Whereas the mole that we've ever tried before in Mexico is like a savory mole that's used with meats.
So this is mole con plátano because inside there's big chunks of plantain. Oh wow!
Really sweet?
That's really sweet.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's really yummy.
I really want to try with you.
So yeah, definitely more of like a dessert, I would say, than the mole that we had in Mexico. Because the mole that we had in Mexico is like always con pollo, like with chicken.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, I like the mole, but I don't actually like plantain very much. Which is a shame, because Central America and South America use a lot of plantain.
Oh, that's really good.
Oh, the mole is yummy.
Hay atole de elote, sí. Sí, hay. Yeah. Por favor. Oh, look at
Oh!
And the soup, the corn.
that. Wow. Oh, it's hot, caliente.
It is.
Caliente.
Caliente, yes.
All right, we decided to go back because we were also on the hunt for this drink slash looks like a soup. It's atole de elote. It's made out of sweet corn, and it's a drink that we heard that we had to try. So,
It looks chunky.
wow, it's like a thick gravy, and but it's made out of sweet corn.
Ooh, it smells good.
Yeah, it smells good. I think
You're
it
not
tastes
selling
good.
this. Oh, Christmas.
Right? There's something
it
else.
tastes like the cinnamon hearts.
It's more than just like sweet corn.
It tastes like cinnamon hearts.
Yes, I think that's it.
I love cinnamon hearts.
It's cinnamon.
Wow.
It's pretty good.
I love you like it so
It
much.
might be like a lot, like this whole cup of
I
this.
felt like
is-
you were not selling this, but it's really good.
Apparently, it's a Nicole drink. I thought it was gonna be a Mico drink,
Me
but it's
too.
definitely a Nicole drink. If you want to taste
Dang.
Christmas, atole de elote.
But a year round here in Guatemala.
So this next spot is definitely for me.
We are going to Pollo Campero. I think I'm saying that hopefully correctly, which is famous for its fried chicken. And we are honestly going because Mico is stoked for Guatemalan fried chicken.
Apparently it's like Guatemala's most popular fast food restaurant, and of course it's chicken, and absolutely we have to go and see what the locals are going crazy about, especially when it comes to fried chicken.
Sure.
Yeah, that's...
Gracias. These guys seem to have pretty much everything. Like you can get nuggets, pizza, and then of course the chicken menu, which includes like salads, chicken burgers, chunks of chicken. I think that's what I want to try. And then a huge dessert menu. We're starting to see why this place is so well loved in Guatemala.
Me gustaría menú super campero tradicional. 3 piezas.
3 piezas.
Por favor.
Gracias.
What I find very interesting is that I thought this was gonna be like really fast food where you go up to the counter and you order food and you sit down, but it's almost like a restaurant style where they get you seated, someone comes up and like takes your order. So it's much more of like a sit down meal than I expected.
Yeah, it's really nice that way actually. Like I feel like I've come to a restaurant, even though we're getting fried chicken. Gracias. Wow.
Gracias.
Do you see how big this piece of chicken is?
Oh my god.
I'm so glad I asked for 2. This is humongous. Oh my god, I can't. There's no way I'm gonna eat all this.
Apparently, this is a traditional Guatemalan recipe passed down from generation to generation, and it makes for some excellent fried chicken. Oh my god, it's so good. Apparently, Guatemalans love Pollo Campero so much that when they fly to other countries like the United States or Canada, they sometimes bring the Pollo Campero to bring to their relatives in those other countries.
Amazing.
So there's been reports, and I saw on Reddit, of planes just smelling like fried chicken. The planes that are coming from Guatemala, and that's because the Guatemalans are taking the Pollo Campero chicken with them on the plane. The crispy one looks so good.
I got crispy, and dang, that looks good. It costs a little extra, but I think it's worth it. Oh my god. This is incredible. Wow. Thanks for taking us here, honey. Pretty dang good, man. It's just your perfect, typical crispy fried chicken. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this meal. This is amazing. So far in our time here in Guatemala, we've seen so many Pollo Camperos. And I don't know if they exist in other parts of the world. I think maybe we'll see them as we continue our way through Central America.
I think it's a Central America thing, but I think it originated here.
Here in Guatemala. Like we think that Pollo Campero is like from Guatemala. I feel like it's part of the modern cuisine. I know we're doing a food tour and we're supposed to show like, you know, all these really traditional Guatemalan dishes and that, and I think like we're eating a lot of those. But we also really wanted like, what do Guatemalans today just like eat when they want to go with their family for like a fun, whatever, fast food thing? And this, I think this is it. So I'm glad we made this stop, even though it's not traditional Guatemalan food.
If you're interested in seeing us burn off the calories from all that fried chicken, then click subscribe because there's still a lot of exploring left in Guatemala, starting with an action-packed couple of days in the country's capital, Guatemala City.
Wow, look at that. So good.
Oh my gosh.
Caldo de res, everybody. This is where it's at. Thanks for switching.
Yeah, honestly, I'm so happy. This is like, I cannot get over how much I love this soup. So this was a perfect switch.